Welcome to this video. We are going to be doing this activity on population dynamics and economics. So what are we going to do? We are going to go to this website. We will get data from it, population data, and we will take it into Excel, pivot it, and just have some fun with it. So I'm not going to read the whole thing. I know you people are able to read it. It's pretty comprehensive and exciting. So basically you will get data for any first, second, and third province or territory of your choice from this period 2010 to 2025. And then you will pivot the data. You will basically generate two pivot tables and generate two charts from each of them, and then you will have a discussion. At the end of the day, it's expected that you write two paragraphs discussing these two things we have here. So look, step 4 we have 1 and 2. So you need two paragraphs discussing it. You will understand once we start exploring things. So in order to avoid you the pain from going to the website of Statistics Canada, I created this website, this app that will enable you to download the data with no problem. So once you click there, I do control click, it takes me here. It takes a few seconds to load. Now it has loaded. On your left side, you have to look for where you have population. So during our lectures, we will be exploring all of these macroeconomic indicators. The first one today, we want to take a look at population. So I will click on population, and here you are able to select the different regions. So if you click here, you will see the different provinces of and regions of Canada. The instruction says you should take 3 of them. So generally you always want to take Quebec because we are in Quebec. I will in addition take Ontario, and I may take, let me see, I'll take Nova Scotia. So I'll take the 3 of them. Here it says go from 2010 to 2025. So we are fine. You don't need to change anything here. The default is okay. Now you don't want all the data. If you choose this option, it's going, and you click download, it will download the whole data set. So you just want to keep these ones, okay? You want to make sure you have filtered data, and when you click, it's going to download exclusively the filtered data. Now here we go. It will download it in your download folder. Mine has already been done, so I will click here just to open the data set. So you can click on it to open your data in Microsoft Excel. I've already arranged it such that in Excel it's going to work. You don't need to go through Power Query again. Everything has been done. So when you don't see things here, it simply means it needs some space. So in between A and B, I'm going to double click. And now we have space. I'll double click here. That's if you want to see what's in there. If you don't care, you just proceed. So now we want to pivot this data set. You can see here the first worksheet. When we pivot it, we will have a new worksheet here. So click anywhere inside, go to insert, click on pivot table, accept the default. And then once you come here, you can see this is a new worksheet. Here I'm going to double click, give it a new name. And right now what we are going to do is I'll take population whole and drag and drop it here. Where you have values, I'll drop it. The next thing I want to do is click on regions, drag it and drop it there. And date, I'm going to drag it and put it where we have rows. Now we can see we have Nova Scotia, Ontario, Quebec. We don't need the grand totals, but it really doesn't matter. Just leave it there. So what we want to do is to click anywhere inside the table, go to pivot table analyze, and go to pivot chart. Now we want a line chart. You click on it, say OK, And here you have your first chart. You can increase the size, and we want to make adjustments of this thing. So just click the plus. Now note, if you can't find it on your computer, if you are having a Mac, just go online, Google or ChatGPT or any AI to know how to expand it, or you use one of the computers of the college. So I'm going to click there to increase it, and there we go. So it looks like that. The next thing you want to do is to increase the labels. So you simply go to design, and you come here to quick layout, and you take whatever will give you. So if you want, you go to chart element. The first thing is you want to increase you want to put the title for the x-axis. Here you are dealing with date, and you can come back there, you click, you do the same. Axis title, now you are dealing with the y-axis. Given that we are dealing with population, you can just put persons. That's how Statistics Canada calls it. And for the title, you do the same thing. You can go to chart title, you take what's above, and you give it an appropriate chart title. So we can call this line chart of blah 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 blah. Okay, and then that's it for your chart. Once you have that chart, you now need to generate a new chart. For you to generate a new chart, come back to this worksheet, click on it, and then go to insert, click on pivot table. We want to add a new worksheet, click on it, and now this new pivot table, we can double click, give it a new name, pivot 2, and then you come and you do exactly the same thing. You take population, you drop it where you have values, you take region, you put it under columns, and you take date, you put it under rows. Now this time we want to do some slight modifications. For this one, we basically want to take a look. I encourage you to, do you really need that? Okay, let's just see how it looks. Go to pivot chart, and you want to leave it as column, and you OK. Now once you do that, you want to increase the size of it, then it looks a lot more beautiful, and you can see how it goes. If you want, you can also click the plus, or you can just leave it as it is. Okay, for this, leave it as it is. Why is this? Does this look smaller than the other years? Because you can see it's increasing across time. Why does this look like this? It's because we do not have the whole year. We just have a certain number of quarters. So if you come and open here, you'll find that we do not have the whole year. That's just the reason. That's why this one looks smaller. So here you have to do exactly the same thing we did. I will not redo it. You go to design, and you come here, you add the elements for, let me come here, you have for the y-axis, no, that's the x-axis, and you do exactly the same for the y-axis, and you come here and you have the chart title. Okay, so you want to definitely label your charts properly, make it look nice. And then the next thing you have to, once you do that, you are done with the instructions, because you were asked to generate charts. You can see here, you pivot it. The first thing is the line chart. You pivot your chart and you generate that. The next thing is you pivot it again and you generate another chart. You have done that. Now you need to take the two charts and bring it in a Microsoft Word document. So let me generate a let me open a blank Microsoft Word worksheet, and then I can come for pivot 1. I can do print screen, and then I take this and I bring it in here, So if you want, actually, let me exclusively take the chart. Let me not take anything else. I just want to take the chart, bring it in the Word document, paste it, and do exactly the same for the second chart. Take it, bring it, and place it here. Paste it. I can basically click here to be able to manipulate it, click here to be able to manipulate it. Then now I can move it as I want with no issues. Then I can come here and I can write the 2 paragraph I've been asked to write. So basically it's all about comparing the provinces. When you look, you can clearly see that they don't have the same population, and you can see the change. So it's really for you to think like an economist and say, so it says, what are the economic consequences of one province having a significantly larger population than others? For example, consumer market. So if you have a greater population, what does it mean? Does it mean you have more people who are willing and able to buy? Does it mean you are able to generate more labor? Does it mean you need to build more roads and schools to accommodate those people? What does it mean from an economic perspective? And here you also have a number of questions. So the first paragraph will cover this, the second paragraph will cover that. So that's basically what you have to do for this exercise. Write the 2 paragraphs, put it on that Word document. You have to print it, and then you will submit it to me next class. The 2 charts and the 2 paragraphs. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, have fun, and I'll see you.